You got a tattoo? Then you gotta have a story behind it. This week, our junior correspondents bring us a grating tale.
Hey guys, it's Bella reporting with Tat-Stories, and I'm here with my dad and my sister. Okay, so I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So how long have you been in the tattoo industry, and what do you like about it?
I've been in the tattoo industry for about 17 years. I'd say the best thing I like about the industry is that it's ever evolving. And by I mean is when TV hit the scene and TV happened, pretty much millions of dollars went into our industry, making a lot more colors. Next, we have 160 palette color sets instead of, the normal 25 colors we used to work with. So we had a lot of good things happen in the industry, and then we had a lot of things that weren't so good that didn't. So I would say probably one of the best things was watching this industry evolve. I love watching it evolve. Like once you think you figured something out and you're top shit and you're like, whoa, I know this. Some cat in China or somebody in Europe that does it with like a round shade or one of the easiest things that you overlook comes and just steps on you and shits all over you. So then you're like, ah. So I like that with anything in art, there's no cap to it. I think that it's amazing that it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, there's always new styles, and so no matter how badass you think you are, you can always be better or do something new. So I think that's great. You'll never get stagnant.
So since you have so much amazing ink on you, I can't help but to notice your neck tattoo. Can you tell me the backstory on why you got it and what it means to you?
She just couldn't help noticing it out of the blue. Only been surrounded by her whole life, but we'll go with that. It was a good interview. That was good. That was dope, everybody. All right, so my throat tattoo is done by a guy named Nate Powers, and he does phenomenal black and gray, and it is an autumn leaf person. I go by Autumn People or the Leaf People. They're forest protectors, and he freehanded it on my neck. It was modeled after some of the Paul Booth artwork, dark art series to him, and I loved how it looked, and I said, man, I really want to get something like that on my throat, and when I wear V-necks, it sits out perfect, and I was just amazed by what it was, and I tried to get an appointment with Paul Booth, and 3 years out he had surgeries, he had all these different things, and I couldn't get in with him, so then Nate said he could do it, and we did it. What does it mean to me? It's like protection. They were the protection people of the forest and everything else, and to me it was just like a protection over me, I guess, and everything around me. So 20 hours of goodness in there, 4 or 5 hour sessions, and we're still not done, so that 1,000-yard stare I have off into the distance is how excited I am about getting my next sessions on it.
Okay, so, well, I want to know, what's your first tattoo and what does it mean?
On myself or one that I've done?
On yourself.
First tattoo I did on myself, I was about 12 years old, and I was at art school, and I had stole a bottle of the Hibbs little inks that you use for the eyedropper, okay? And the eyedropper was like, what you'd use to do your calligraphy or drawings or what have you, but back in the day, we found out that's how you did little homemade tattoos. Stick and poke, that kids call it nowadays. It's stupid shit is what you call it. Cut that shit out, kids. Don't be dildos. It's fucking dumb, okay? And it looks like garbage. And when you get older, somebody like me that has to work it over gets, don't fucking do it. Anyway, so I was that stupid kid at that point, and that's why I'm speaking from experience. I did a little cross in the web of my hand, okay, like that, like the traditional essays, the Mexicans, because, I was so hardcore in Wyoming being ese bato loco, right? So I did my little placa essays on the web of my hand. And I stole the little ink from school, and I took a needle and a thread, and I did the little poke, and I did it there because I could close my hand like this, and it would hide in the wrinkle. See that? See, now I got to watch you guys. Fuck, I'm giving you guys... Oh. So I'm not teaching you how to hide tattoos from your dad, but I ended up hiding this from my dad and my grandparents because I could crease it and keep my hand in my pocket, and I did that for a while, and then my dad found it. He was pissed. He was super pissed. Yeah, he wanted to burn it off. That's another story on another day that goes in way down the rabbit hole.
little Mexican rebel.
Mexican rebel, right? In a white neighborhood. Yeah.
Sombreros.
Yeah, I was so white, raised white. It's so stupid. Next question.
So, since you've done so many tattoos,
Oh my God.
what was your most exciting one that you've done and why?
I don't know. I've had a lot of those. I mean, that's a good question, but there's a lot of exciting ones. I've tattooed celebrities with dumb little things on them, and UFC fighters with little itty bitty things on them, and I've tattooed ginormous leg sleeves on like your mom, and back pieces that are just amazing, and I get excited, you know. Like, I'd say things that make me happy and excited are anything eclectic, cartoony. Like, I love to do things that tickle our childhood, I guess. 80s, 90s, 2000 cartoons, you know, after school, Saturday morning cartoons, you know, Avoid the Noid, Pogo Balls, you know, Tailspin, DuckTales, Chippendales, shit like that. Things like that make me happy. But then you come at me with some horror stuff and we do some Ghostbusters and a Slimer, son, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm golden with that, you know. Pop culture stuff's fun too. What's new and what's out, realism. It's fun to completely reproduce something 100%, whether it be a pine cone or something else, is a talent in itself. So, I don't know. I like just doing all of it. That's cool. What I get bored with is tribal. Tribal. Okay, everybody. There's certain ways to do certain tribals. Polynesian tribals, cool. You can do it. It has meaning. There are some blackout projects that are dope, that have meaning. It's a pain tolerance thing and other things that tap into it. 80s armband tribals, tribal tramp stamps. Cut that shit out. What are you, a fucking tribe of guys in the 90s that had $150 in their pocket and said, ooh, let's go join every major gym in America and overrun it? That's the fucking tribe you belong to? Cut that shit out. It's gay in the bad way, like prison gay. So.
Do any of your tattoos have meaning or are they just art?
Okay, well, a few of them are art and things that mean something to me at the same time. I'm a big fan of Marvel, and I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a big fan of comic books. Anything like that, you know what I mean? That makes you feel good. Immediate recognition of an image that makes you feel happy and makes you feel good inside is the things that I like. When people look at my art, I want them to be happy, and I want it to remind myself to be happy. Like, you know, get a Ninja Turtle and be like, fuck yeah, every time I look at it. You know what I mean? So I have some that are like my Batman tattooing my Spider-Man, and he's doing the Superman logo on my leg, and I'll show you guys later. And that's like my homage to DC Marvel crossover because it's my two favorite, Batman and Spider-Man. So I have Spider-Man smoking a joint, and he's tattooing the Superman logo on Batman's arm as he's holding a fifth of Patron Silver in Batman's arm. And that's my you know, homage to shit like that. So it's art, and it means something to me. You know what I mean? And then there are some that I just have that are on me because it's like, what the hell? Why not? I wanted a skull, so I got a skull. Everybody should get a skull. It's traditional. It's fucking skulls.
I don't know anybody who doesn't have a skull.
Shut up, liar. Yeah.
No,
All
it's
the
true.
cool kids, right?
That's nice to know. But, so as I see, you have put so much amazing work in the shop. And what made you want to run or own a shop?
I don't know. There's just certain something about a person inside that you know, I guess, that when you say you're going to beat to your own drum, you really need to like hold on to that and beat to your own drum. Like when I was a kid, I knew I was going to own a business. I wasn't going to work for somebody. I wanted to do something I was passionate about. My grandpa, your great grandpa, who you never got to meet, unfortunately, he said that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And for the past 17 years, I got to go to work and doodle for a living, and I loved nothing more than escaping into artwork and to be able to pay the bills and not be a starving artist, because in the real world of life, we all know most real artists have a hard time surviving. So to be fortunate enough to hone a skill, a craft, and do what I do and love what I do and be able to do it and make good money to support you guys on, I mean, your whole childhood. And you've also had the benefit of growing up in a tattoo shop, which is really cool because not a lot of children or a lot of people get that kind of experience. I mean, the stories you've heard, the people you've gotten to meet otherwise would just, you know, wouldn't have happened, and the places you've got to travel and see. So there is like a mini rock stardom to it. So it's cool, but that wasn't my reasoning. It was, I really wanted to be happy. And when somebody says punch a clock or do this, I want to tell them to eat a dick. I did, no, you do that. You know, I can't do that. If I had to survive, I would, but to be able to be creative and artistic and have my own business is exactly what I wanted to do. And I wanted to show you guys that you could have whatever you want if you chase it. Be the head of your own shit. Don't let nobody tell you no. There's 50 other states and 50 other cities at least that'll have a yes waiting for you if this one said no. Remember that. No is only for here or for some dipshit. There's other people that can give you a yes.
Okay. Okay. What's the most regrettable tattoo that you've done on somebody and why?
Ah, fucker, that's a good one. You got me with a good one there. All right, well, heartstrings. Already hit. All right, so there's this kid that came in, and I was early on in my career, and my mentor, Johnny, told me to do the tattoo, and the kid wanted West Side Finiqueta on his neck. And I was like, oh, I'm so scared of doing neck tattoos. I don't want to do a neck tattoo. I don't want to do this. And not because it was West Side Finiqueta at the time. I was just like, oh, fuck, it's a neck. I don't want to ruin somebody's neck, you know? And he said, you're going to be fine, do it. And I was like, all right, you know, and he weaned me through it, and I did it. And about 2 weeks later, this lady comes in, and she says to me, she's like, hey, did you do this tattoo? And I was like, yeah, I'm the guy. She's like, oh, that was my nephew. I want you to tattoo me. So I tattoo her. The end of it, she said that he got shot at a bus stop because a rival gang member saw the tattoo on his neck and killed him. And she wanted to get tattooed by me because of what it was. Now, I know his lifestyle could have got him caught, could have got him shot, could have got him hemmed up. But at that moment, I swore I would never do gang-related, hate-related, anything like that ever again. I don't care who it is or what it is because of it. Broke my heart, you know. And it could have, like I said, it could have been his own actions that could have got him killed later on. He could have been thrown up, whatever. But the fact that the rival gang members saw that and knew right away, didn't say nothing to the kid and shot him, I directly affected that. And so there's a lot of power that comes with what we do. And I respect that. From that day on, that was, yeah, fucker, that was a good one.
That's a heart-throbbing story. I'm sorry that that happened.
I can tell by your sarcastic tone in your voice. But for
well,
real.
that would suck, honestly.
It does. You know, I have to sit here and look at this lady, you know, and she's crying to me saying that was my nephew. She loved him. And 2 weeks ago he was alive and now he's not. You know, how do you do that? And perform a new tattoo and try to hold your shit together. You know, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard not to be empathetic. I got kids at home that I'm sitting here going like, fuck, what if they grow up and be dumbasses and out there in the streets and running around doing the wrong things? And then I get that phone call. Yeah. Parents. All right, next question. I bet you do, don't you?
Yeah. So this one's kind of funny.
Oh,
Well,
is
to
it?
me.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. So, will you ever want to get a face tattoo? Why?
I can get wound up, as you all know, and like, you know, Red Bulls and like I'm spun out of my mind, but I assure you it's not. Probably residuals from a fucked off childhood. But I wanted to get an Om symbol on my cheek, but I wanted it in reverse so that, like right here, so every time I looked in the mirror at myself, I could focus on it and then tell myself, remember to breathe, just breathe. Take a step and just breathe, because that's what we don't do in life. Most of us don't pause. Go outside and actually be like, wow, that's a beautiful fucking day. Like, here's one for you. How many people see a sun rise or a moon rise? Now, we've all seen a full moon, and we all remember looking up at it, but when was the last time you sat down and watched that? Maybe 10, 15 times in your life? There's not a lot of time to do a lot of things that you think and take for granted. You know what I mean? So I forget to stop and breathe. Take a moment to appreciate what's around us. And so I was going to do that. And then I saw this guy on this TV show called Inked when it came out, and he had an Om symbol on his cheek, and I was like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to be a dick biter. So that was it for that.
Namaste.
Namaste. Om.
Oh, yeah, okay. So if you have any like future tattoos you want, well, if so, and if you plan them, what are they going to be?
Okay, so we went to Las Vegas not too long ago. We got to meet Clive Barker, who created Hellraiser, a bunch of other things. Okay, and so we got to hang out with him, wait in line. Everybody's getting their autographs and everything else, and so is Mom and us. Okay, and so I had him sign my chest right here, nice, right here. And so, wait, oh God, you're a kid. Never mind. No. So they're my kids. It's cool. Whatever. It's legal because they're my fucking kids. So don't say some dumb shit. All right, everybody in the world. All right. So, and I said, sign your name here on mine, and so I can get it tattooed because my wife is getting his. Well, it depends on how she's dressed and cosplay night, whatever. Anyway, so I have this tribal that he starts drawing around my nipple because I said freehand something cool because he draws a lot of shit. And he puts this tribal on me, and it's like fucking Godsmack. I mean, look at it. I was like, it looks like Godsmack. Please don't tell me you put Godsmack like around my nipple. They're tribal, that shitty tribal. Yeah, it's Godsmack, whatever. So he says, do you have any artist friends or any talented artist friends? And I said, yeah, I do. And he's like, well, can you make your nipple look like it's detached in this shape, like it's been ripped? So he did this outline. So I was like, thank God it's not Godsmack. Like, God damn. I was heartbroken. There was like all this time I had made fun of all those and all the Godsmack tattoos I did make fun of. And I don't care, all of you that got them, I did make fun of you behind your back because it's a Godsmack tribal. Most of them are around a belly button or a nipple, right? And I was so devastated. But then when I found out, it was like, cool. So, but the guy that's going to do it for me, his name is Paul Acker. Back to that, because I want Doug Bradley's pinhead on my chest to go sideways right here. And Doug Bradley, he has a signed poster that I have of Doug Bradley where he signed the picture that I want to get done. And Paul Acker, if you ever find out who he is or what it is amazing, okay? His horror, his black and gray, his color, whatever it is, he's one of the grandfathers of, like, I would say horror portraits and everything else that's just gory gooey. And it has Pinhead facing this way, and then hopefully do the realism on my nipple. So that's going to be an all-day session, about 10 hours, I'm assuming, on my chest. And I can't wait, because then I'm going to go into my ribs, my other sleeve. Can't wait. Too much open space, and I've taken a break from myself for about 3, almost 4 years of getting tattooed heavily. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, I'm going to hand it off to the other Wonder Twin. My last question for you. So I have one last question for you. What does tattooing mean to you? Tell us by the heart.
You want to be by the heart or from the heart?
From the heart.
All right, because she's by my heart, and her opinion's going to be different. From my heart, what does it mean to me? Well, it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. Your very being has been supported by this entire industry and what it is. The actual act and art of what we do and how we change people's lives has been what's paid your very existence from the moment you were born to now. So it's given us a livelihood. It's given our family. How many people have we gotten to help? How many times have you guys organized to go and take food to the homeless shelters and do all those drives and helping out with the foundations that you guys set up? Because we can tattoo. The fact that I could take the time off when you broke your arm and you hurt your ankle or you were sick. This industry allowed me the freedom to be able, as a single dad at the time, to be able to handle that. Because for a long time, I was a single parent with these girls for about 6 years until I met my wife. And so it afforded me the opportunity to not lose my job taking care of you guys when most other jobs would have canned my ass for having to take the time off to handle it. You know, I can reschedule people, the freedom that it's given me. And again, to be able to do it off of art, that's amazing. I get mad, I could paint, and when I'm done, how chill am I?
Very chill.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's a release. It's a peace of mind. It's a very piece of who we are as a family and me as a person.
Very heart touching. Very.
From the side or from?
Well, Goodbye. Wonder Twins
From
with the
iconic
family.
tattoo, hashtag.
Tino.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, folks. And here's a couple of more things that we think you might like. Until next time.